Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Blood Bowl action. We have just narrowly avoided certain disaster against the goblins of all people, in a matchup that should have been heavily in my favor, with a few other things probably could have gone my way if I had like tackle, if I were so lucky to have tackle somehow. Maybe if I were dwarves I could have murdered them more, but somehow we almost got eradicated. At least this was looming that way with a lot of things going in our goblins' favor, but we still got our victory in. We are in a decent position to maybe get a couple levels in. If I could do a vanity pass with Hammond, a touchdown with Jeffrey, although it's going to be pretty tricky to do, it is possible. I probably wouldn't want to do that there unless I'm in a good position, but regardless, we have our apothecary, and we even got ourselves an additional player, which will help heavily with the possible attrition, as our next opponent is going to be the Amazons. And even though things should have gone my way against the goblins, this is going to be more on the Amazons' favor, just due to the fact they have the sheer amount of dodges. So I'm going to be relying almost exclusively on my blitzers to try and get something done, with the occasional wrestler if I can get a blitz on their key players here, especially the Mighty Blow piece. That's going to be a tricky part. But I don't expect to get any kind of real injuries, at least in comparison to what they have. Because as we already saw, they have a Mighty Blow piece, which makes this a little problematic for me to at least get the damage in before they start hurting me heavily. Regardless, we have the better skills to help mitigate my rerolls, which should ultimately mean I can use that for my ball handling to try and get those 2 levels in if I am so lucky. Time will truly say how this performs for us. But either way, it should be a good solid match, since we are relatively equal in a lot of regard. It's just the fact that Amazon's probably going to win the attrition game if I were to try that route. Yeah, I think just to add a little bit of context for why my opponent is not on voice is they are currently recovering from an injury on their foot or leg, so they probably weren't feeling comfortable enough also getting the voice comms for probably that reason. I'm going to assume at the very least. But conveniently for him, their first round match was actually against the one AI opponent we have. And it looks like my opponent's gone AFK, which is going to stink. They're not going to benefit from the Bloodweiser babe. It's not going to be significant in all honesty, but still. Every little bit counts there, was think for how even this game could potentially be. Oh, they just gone to... That works for me. Wandering Apothecary. I'm not likely to do injuries, because in all honesty, Amazon should be the better punchy team. If I'm completely honest, so I'm not really... that I would really question the Apothecary, but it might be paranoia. They're worried about the random chance that the dice works against them. Because again, this is technically as even a match as you probably could get, but they are still the better bashy team just because they have that dang dodge skill. It's going to be hard to knock them down, but I could bully them around just as much as they can push me around. I'm just going to be more likely to get injuries and armor breaks on my players. And with that said, I like to have my full 11 players for a defensive drive, so let's do that. Give me the best chance to defend, especially since I have 3 perfectly fine linemen to get punched. And one of which does has SPP, the dang filthy cheater. I almost want to keep him in the front line just for that alone. But we'll have the new blood go in. And just like I'll mention it again just in case, Dravenhawk is recovering from a leg injury over the past few weeks, so that's pretty much the reason why we're just doing solo commentary for this game, as opposed to the rebuttal that we have the back and forth we have going on. Otherwise, where are my players? I'm just curious where my... Okay, there's my 2 blockers in the middle. I'm fine with that. Helps keep them a little bit safer. Since I have a wide formation, they're more than likely to punch the side. And hello there, Black Templar. Welcome to the stream. This is going to be a good match. I just don't think it's going to be a very bloody one, at least as far as my players are concerned. As we have dodge to deal with, which means I need to get a POW if I hope to knock down most of their players. But they don't have guard, they are armor 7, so any knockdowns I do get has a respectable chance of at least incapacitating the player for a bit. But it's still going to be a tough game. I do have the one reserve to help mitigate any damage I will take, and Dravenhawk decide to get the Wandering Apothecary. Very questionable, considering they already had Apothecary, but this ultimately does benefit me, because not having a Bloodweiser Babes means knockouts are more likely to stick. So, attrition, I'm more likely to benefit from the attrition of knockouts as opposed to him just negating a bunch of injuries. But anything is possible. The poor Wood Elf AI apparently got completely demolished against the Caveman, I think it was. Which means everyone else is getting fed SPP and I'm going to have to try and struggle. Well, I have a respectable chance to try and get a Vanity Pass for Hammond here to get his level in. And then otherwise, if I can get some good experience on my Grail Knights, that would be good, but without a doubt my Squires are going to be tricky since they're not really going to be my ball handlers. They're just there to make things awkward more often than not. So getting them leveled up early is probably better in a lot of situations. But let's get started and see how we go. A blitz, I will happily take a blitz. Sadly the ball's in a terrible spot so I can't capitalize on it the best. Very good start. How do we capitalize on it the best? Because the risk of having my players marking theirs is it gives them another block even if it is a 1 die. Sadly a push. Although thankfully these are all regular line women, so that shouldn't be too scary. And I would like to really push aggressive, but I have no way to leverage a blitz. As much as I want to go in and do a deep dive, I don't. The smartest choice would be to try and minimize how much damage they do to me, honestly. No, I have not seen the video there, alas, they're black. I'm just wondering, what's the best choice here? Because I worry about marking too many players here. Because that will give you a bunch of 1 die blocks, but still in your advantage. I sadly don't... I just don't have the skill sets to punish this blitz. Especially with the ball way back there. If it was on the sidelines, that would be a completely different story, but I don't have sidestep, I don't have dodge to reliably keep someone up to threaten to steal the ball. That is the problem. So I think we're just going to play safe here. That will at least force a red dice until it provides assists. I'm not a fan of this formation because the dice are likely to screw me over. Because these are still 1 dice and they have rerolls. And if all 3 of these guys get knocked down, then basically... I probably really should have my blocker here, but there's a risk of blitz in this opening. A lot of uncertainties here, because it comes down heavily to how effective the dice rolls will be. We are at least heavily negating the potential of the blitzer here, and then these 3 are just regular line women. But yeah. At least so far with the ball way in the back, he would have to do a bunch of passing and handoffs, which honestly... he should be able to get behind me with enough players to make that worth it. Because that's a lot of dice rolls, and then he has, again, needs to knock down all 3 of these players ideally. Especially with Fen to kind of make it even more trickier for him to maneuver. The main reason I'm uncomfortable with this is I'm basically giving him more blocks on my players, especially my valuable players. Nuffle is prone to screw people over, despite the best type of plays I can do. So if we can survive this first turn with very little knockdowns at the very least, I should be able to put a lot of pressure on him. Since he's going to want to protect the ball, he's at least going to have one player back holding the ball. And then I have a wide enough formation, I could probably try and pressure the sides. Especially if Draven doesn't try to protect it with a cage. And in all honesty, I don't know the skill of Draven, since I don't think I've actually played a match against Draven besides maybe a substitute game, or was substituting for someone else, I think. So I don't honestly know what kind of caliber my opponent is. But this should be good. It all comes down to how effective I can mitigate these starting blocks. And that will set or pave the way for the rest of this drive, I think. Because if they don't have players over here, I could very easily get my blitzers moving forward. At least one of my blitzers. I don't think I want multiples. Because again, I don't have those key skills to be an effective harasser. I need dodge, and ideally I need sidestep, and then my blitzers are primed to just go in the back and just be a nightmare. Oh, here comes the blitz. Okay, got the knockdown. And this is with the Mighty Blow piece, so this could be scary. What do we get? What do we get? Don't leave in suspense. No armor break. But you are going to get the 2-die block. And then a bunch of punches here, sadly. Okay, my blitzer is alive. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. And then these three cannot move because of Fen. It's just, although they're still going to get 2-die blocks. So one knockdown there. So how well will these guys survive? One armor break. Injury right off the bat. He is good there. Yeah, what's block number 2 going to be? On the plus side, pretty much everyone is moved, so it's not like you can take advantage of gaining effective knockdowns. Okay, you can reposition safely. And knock down there, sadly. Okay, so that's brutal. Still have to see if they're going to pick up the ball or not. Because they have a narrow formation, I could tighten up my blitzers and blockers a bit. The tricky part will be... Oh, 4 seconds, so they have to hurry. Fight through the leg pain. Uh-oh. Gonna re-roll it? You should, in theory, be safe to not re-roll. Oh, they're burning anyway. Ooh. I prefer that Snake Eyes have been for a dodge, but... it works. And I need someone up there threaten. I'm just not comfortable with having my blitzers go up there, because they don't have the skill set yet. So that's the easy plan. I'm probably just going to blitz and push you or wrestle you back, and that will allow me to free up my line. I just gotta be good about my positioning just a little bit. Because if they push through the sidelines, that's gonna be awkward. Yeah, I'm more like the idea of just having someone, just having the players surround them rather than go for a very aggressive dive. I don't have the skill set. So do I put the blitzer here or not? Or I could put the blitzer here for the same effect. Because if you blitz there, then they still have to dodge through, and that could be risky even if they are Amazons. Or I could put the blitzer up here if I feel like it. But I don't think I'm going to go for that strategy of trying to aggressively dive. I feel like it could work, but don't think I'm going to chance it. What I would like to do is build up a line here. does leave a little bit of opening in the middle. Alright, what do we get? I get the POW. I was more content with the push there, so I'm fine with that. Armor break? Nah, a lot to hope for, I'm sure. And now it's just the odd spot of here. Because if I go here, that still dodges. Tackle zone there, tackle zone there. Is that good? Because still has to make multiple dodges through here. It's only a single dodge if they blitz someone, but... It's just this one's really awkward. The fact that they could knock down my peasant. And they could get a 2-die block, but it would revolve dodging through if they try for a 2-die. Yeah, sadly this is a weak spot here. But if they realistically want to break through, they would need someone here, and that ultimately means they need to dodge everyone through one tackle zone if they want a cage. But at least this gives me a little more potential to pressure, because now I'm in reach of the ball. If I get a little more good luck. And yeah, I do have multiple tackle zones here, even if they blitz the blocker. We had only one knockout, and next turn I should be able to have my 10 players to at least have a nice wide screen, possibly. We'll see what they do. It looks like I might have to free my blocker a little bit, though. Although they already got 2-die block, so I'm surprised they... I wonder if they're just marking there or if they're planning to blitz this guy. What the thought process is, because this is just 2 players having their moves spent, as opposed to just the one to get the blitz. And thankfully their might blow piece is slowed down by the knockdown, but... Of course, we always would like armor breaks, since I'm going to desperately need them if I want to retain my numbers, since we're already down 1 player thanks to a line woman and not even the mighty blow piece. But so long as I can avoid more injuries or knockouts, I at least can still have an 11-player line for the second half or even the next drive. Just how can I start leveraging this? Because I am in striking range to at least mark the ball. And I have wrestle, I have block. I could comfortably take the 1-die blocks. I just only have 2 rerolls for when things start to go bad. Okay, now they have 3 players marking this 1 guy. I'm more content to just dodge out. If they're not going to blitz. I am curious how this is going to work. What their thought process is. Because the tighter the formation, the more I can kind of vice grip them. I still can't reliably grind them into dust though, due to their dodge, but there's our blitz. I will happily take the push. Which sadly still marks my blocker. Which makes me wonder if I want to blitz. And then blitz you with a 2-die block, and then I can... never mind. I'll have to get an assist here first. Interesting, interesting. I got 3 blocks available to me. 2 of which are on line women, if I do this right. It's just going to take a lot of my players. Got the pickup. Can't really strike at that unless I could somehow free you. Really tempted to just have someone here, but I'm already planning to burn a blitz on you, so you're going to be free to just cause problems. Now, where do I want to put you? I have a lot of options here. Main thing I want to do is blitz the Lion Woman. And then I can get... I can get a bunch of 2-die blocks over here, which would be really nice. How aggressive do I want to go? Because I don't really need to fill out this area yet. Now, can these guys actually reach the Lion Woman? No, not without a go for it. Wondering how far I can go. And sadly I had to put my peasant there, so can't do a chain push, but I don't think I was really playing for a chain push, honestly. Let's see, do we get knocked down? Beautiful. Now I should... Where could I put you afterwards? I have only 1 point of movement left. So I want you here. I could wrestle you, but... Yes. We got a bunch of 2-die blocks. They're probably not going to do the damage I want, though. Because this is where I would have liked to pause. Yep, take the dodge. Now, sadly, you have wrestle and not block. As much as I would like to knock you down, actually, knocking you down is not terrible here. Because he's relatively safe and he's not really blocking anything. He's not valuable standing up. Now, how do I want to lay out the rest of my formation? Because, yeah, he might try for a sideline push there. Which honestly is good for me. I can start leveraging and pressure him to either touchdown early or get him in a deadly vice grip. I just gotta figure out how my formation is gonna look, though. Now, this should be good here. So they are gonna get a punch here. Do I put the blocker here? Eh. Because you're relatively safe. This is only weak spot. I think I'm contentious putting you here. Because I'm okay if Draven tries for a sideline push. It should not be very strong, and this will deny any effective assists. Now without multiple players. So far we stalled them out pretty good. I am happy with this, but I am very uncomfortable because Amazons are still the better Bashy team due to their skill set. And until I can get a knockout or two in, I don't think I can really leverage my wrestle and block the best. Need to get a couple of armor breaks, but I'm fine with this opening. Because I don't think Draven can get a very good sideline cage here. Not without some really lucky dice. And most of them might involve 1 die. And these 2 players... Okay, not going to dodge out. I'm fine with that. Because, yeah, you're just basic line women. So, my block's pretty good at dealing with you. Should not be able to get 2-die blocks anywhere besides throwing extra players in. Can't get a 2-die... Well, unless you throw in 1 more player, you should not be able to get a 2-die block here. And that would be even a blitz. The unfortunate thing, because her placement doesn't allow her to get a convenient 2-die block for free. Although they could blitz Nathaniel here and then get a 2-die block on Hammond. But I am getting marked a lot. Which could be good, could be bad. I have more wrestle and block than they do, so I should be able to safely 1-die. What are you gonna do, Draven? You could 2-die blitz, but that's gonna require you marking more players, I think. Or you can go for my blocker on the left. What is it going to be? He has 1 minute left. It's still 4 players to move. Still relatively safe unless I get lucky 1 dice, which requires me getting POWs mostly. Because if I can at least get 1 good block maybe in the middle there somewhere, 1 or 2 good blocks, then I can almost straight up blitz you. Hell, if I could be lucky enough to get a POW on this blitzer, then Marcus can actually go up to the ball carrier. But it doesn't look like it's happening now. Thank you for the pushes. Contemplating re-rolling, are you? Nope. And if you follow up, that gives me a free block on you. So now I can move freely to kind of get more players on the left side of the field. Do need to be careful, you're still a thrower. So you might still try to pass at some point. But can I get anyone to start pressuring the ball? How likely can I do that? Because blitzer here, blocker gets up, that's a 2-die block. Oop, there goes the reroll, or are you going to let it go? Chance to 1 dice, and thankfully it burns the second reroll. It doesn't mean much yet. But I'm thinking just gain up with my blocker, get my peasant up here, and then I get a 2-die block in. Although I need some players on the left in case, because could do a brute force push of some kind. POWs. I'm liking it. Do we get the armor break? 42%. Nope. Not yet. I really want another 2-die block there, but in all honesty, it's more important to try and deal with these guys on the left. Let's see. I like you there, because then it makes it really difficult for you to punch the peasant. Ooh, thank you for the POW, but this is going to be another case where a dang lineman, of all people, gets the injury, right? Nope, they are very resilient. And now I can set for a 2-die block here, but do I want to do that? Because again, attrition is really important. I want to try for that armor break, even if I'm not really getting any. And I need more blitzers on the side, in the middle, so in case Draven does go for a big push. The extra mobility is kind of important. Thank you. Knockout, that helps a lot. One of many, and they don't have a Bloodweiser babe to help increase the odds of nothing happening. Where do I put you though? Because I would like more on the left, but... And I can chance a 1-die. Because this is relatively safe. They can't really get an easy 2-die block. And I could get a 2-die block here. Might find with the blocker staying here though. Am I comfortable with this? Because spraying out could be risky because Draven could do a very heavy push on the left with all these blitzers. Now, big question. Do I chance marking you? You're burning rerolls quickly, but let's play it safe for now. We're on equal numbers. You burnt 2 rerolls, so the advantage should be slightly mine. I need to now look for opportunities to try and play a little more risky. So that way I can make good use of my rerolls. Because once we enter turn 5 or 6, essentially that would be when I want to get riskier plays to at least make sure he doesn't touch down. Or best case scenario, I can steal the ball and touch down myself. And the rerolls help to enable that some. Otherwise, I'm pretty content with how things are going. Draven is basically stalled out entirely, not even on the half-line. Not even on the line of scrimmage even, as an added bonus, but all Draven needs is one good turn, and they can, yeah, Draven could immediately be here with a pass, and then the 3 blitzers gain a pseudo cage. Anything can happen still. But at least they're down 1 player, which helps a little bit. And I do have slightly more mobility than them, because that's one of the downsides of the Amazons. They're all movement 6. My blitzers at least are movement 7, so they can relocate a little bit easier. I was really contemplating having this Daniel move to the middle for that reason, though. I just think it was worth chancing another block, especially since I'm relatively safe. I don't think they can really break through besides getting the sideline. And I at least then have 2 blitzers. And can my 3rd blitzer even get in a good spot? Yeah, my 3rd blitzer can kind of intercept very nicely. We are looking decent. It's just a question of how comfortable is Draven actually pushing forward. Since that's 4 players moved there. So it doesn't look like Draven's trying anything drastic yet. Besides the blitz on Dacius. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. The blitz on Dacius, and if it gets knocked down, then might try to push up. Up here comes the blitz. Might blow at that. Got the knockdown, so let's see if the might blow does something. What's it gonna be? And interestingly followed up. So this works for me there. Because the peasant could just easily give me a 2-die block and just get in the way. Very easy solution here. Just not likely to knock her down, though, is the only problem. And I get a block. Yeah, I could block you. I could blitz the other one. They're sadly all blitzers. Only caveat there. So realistically, I should expect to just push them. So I can have you go there for an easy 2-die block. Very unlikely to get the POW, but it's worth trying, considering how valuable this player is. Thank you. And this sets up nicely for the follow-up punches. And a stun to boot. We always prefer injuries, but not much I could do about it, really. Now 2-die there, I could blitz. I could start shuffling people over really easily. At least we can push them back. Make it so Draven gains no ground. Ooh, more POWs, please. This is a time for some good blocks. And even better, I can free up my blocker now. 3 POWs. Ooh, I feel bad because that is good rolls there. And now all the blitzers are marked. Where the hell do I put you now? I was not really accounting to knock down all 3 blitzers. Since after all, it is a 1 in 6 chance to actually pull that off. But I do get a 2-die block here, 2-die block there. We can easily start rotating towards the middle, relatively safely. And of course, this is another dang blitzer. Are we going to get 4 POWs in a row? Nope, but I will take the push. Draven is incredibly well contained, but I'm still nowhere actually getting the ball. As far as actually developing my team, of course. Because that's always pressuring my mind there, the fact that everyone else is getting like 15, 20 SPP. In my first game, I only got 10 SPP, so I'm already behind, it feels like, in comparison. But so far this match is kind of going very well, regardless. I'm really tempted to take the both down, but that's risky with this opening. They could just blitz right through. Do I mark you? I'm really tempted to mark you. Alright, all the blitzers are tied up. Draven can very easily dodge out because of the dodge skill, but even then, half their movement is gone, since they have to spend 3 movement just to get back up. This might be the window I need, because Draven will have a very weak blitz this turn. Well, I say that, and they still have a blitzer around after all. Ooh, dodge. Nah, you don't want to dodge there, because that's dodging a tackle zone. Yeah, what is the plan? Because I worry that the clock's going to time out for Draven here. It doesn't start making moves soon. Since this is a pretty awkward situation, because I get a free block on this one blitzer. And if they don't dodge out with this one, that's another free block. I'll just need the 2-die hits. They'll likely survive, but I said that last turn, didn't I? And then we got every single one of them down. What? Okay, 1 minute 30 seconds, so I don't know what the game plan is just yet there. I don't think there's a lot Draven could do. How do I leverage this fact? Because if I could just get a push here, I can just easily go around in this little opening, depending where he puts everyone else. Ooh, we're starting to see possibly some risky plays. This might be the opportunity I want to burn some rerolls. It's just a question what makes sense. Besides, of course, getting a blitz on a ball carrier and burning a reroll to help ensure a knockdown. That's the most likely case I'll want to burn a reroll. Okay, so that should be all your movement there. Another push, unfortunately, for Draven. Still deciding there. What is the play? Okay, just let it timed out. I believe it was contemplating burning the reroll there. And you're gonna follow up, I guess. Okay, I could get a 2-die here with my blocker. And, do I want a 2-die block with the blocker here? Well, I can't well, there's a lot of players here. Which means I might have my opportunity. I might have my window. Where is everyone else gonna go? Because I feel like this ball carrier is now going to be exposed. I have the movement to intercept and blitz her right now, depending where she goes. I can reach her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, going for it, okay. Okay, blitzers. The best thing about this, blitzers are separated from the rest of the team. But yeah, I won't be able to blitz the ball carrier, but I at least can mark said ball carrier. And I can mark all the other players. Now, gotta be careful here. That'll give me a 2-die block with the blocker. This could easily backfire. Gotta be very wary of that. I really want to punch these ladies, but I could still 1-die block. Just figuring out how I want to do this here. Because if I punch you, that's 2-die block. Then I get an assist here for a 2-die. And that's also a valuable catcher. I should have blocked the blitzer because of that POW. Not going to be able to benefit from it now. And sadly, these are a bunch of 1-dice blocks. But they could follow up nicely if I get ridiculously lucky blocks in. I'm taking the wrestle. I'm knocking you down. And 1-die there. So that's our reroll potential, maybe. Probably not, but I'm considering the reroll there. Ooh, good. We get ourselves another 2-die block. I'm liking this. There's a 5 surviving the attrition really well, despite their weak armor. And I do have a 1-die block. Ideally, I would like to knock her down so I can mark the ball carrier. Is this worth the reroll? Is this worth the reroll? Probably not. It's a 31 in 3 chance. Now, where do I put you? Do I leave you there or move you back? Because moving you back here helps negate the assist a little bit. This is where this is the reroll I probably should have been doing is maybe a dodge to get a better position. But we got a 1-die here. So this works for me. The blitzers are kind of out of the fight unless Draven tries for a pass, which is still an option. It's just risky because this is very easily a 4+ pass. Probably even 5+, depending on how these blocks go. But so far, good. So far it's going very good, but sadly I don't think I have any leverage to steal the ball, because it relies on me getting those knockdowns. Never mind more armor breaks. We only got the stun and the knockdown, or knockout I think. Now let me just get rid of this message. Could I just... I would like to just delete the message, ideally. But let me just time out. That should do what I want, right? Yep, that got rid of the message. Advertisements and all that. Just didn't seem as annoying as like some of the bots sometimes. As much as I want to get the touchdown, this is almost as good as it could be for me. The blitzers are separated. They just burnt their turn. Most of them are just burned their turn, getting up and just moving somewhere not even meaningful. But I really want to get the ball, or at least some injuries. It feels like I'm feeling that pressure in the back of my head. I need some SPP. With how everyone else is pitch clearing people and all that after all. What do we get? More pushes. Not going Draven's way, sadly. They did get the injury. But I still thankfully still have 11 players if I can avoid a knockout staying out. And I'm actually comfortable with the 1-die blocks at this point. I still have the 2 rerolls. It's a 1 in 6 chance of the skull with these guys. And is there anything I could do here? Probably not. Because sadly, it looks like I'm not having a whole lot of assists to kind of get an opening. It's a lot of 1-die blocks. Thankfully, that's where Bretonnians will probably have the advantage here, because I have wrestle, I block, as opposed to their, at least the players here not really having any skills. Like that, for example. Gonna have to reroll it. Did get the knockdown, but no more rerolls for any desperate passing plays now. It's an annoying stun, but at least it's only on alignment. Ooh, pow, this could be a different story. What are we getting? Following or not? Still good. Sadly, might have to burn my blitz to free up some people, though. It sadly looks like I'm doing a lot of 1-die blocks, which again is in my advantage, but you know that might be short-lived too. And there's a chain push possibility here too. I'm really tempted to take the chain push here, but if I don't think it honestly helps me if you don't get knocked down. Now I regret not doing the chain push. Because I could have pushed her out of the way, got a free move out. Is there a way I could get to the ball carrier? Now without chancing at 1-die blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it would be a go for it. This, and on top of doing a ridiculous amount of 1-die blocks already. I don't think I can pull it off unless I get lucky. And I'm not feeling comfortable about that prospect. I think I'm more content trying to grind him down, as foolish as that's gonna be. Because I'm not getting armor breaks already as is. So I burn the blitz on you, hopefully knock you down. Was contemplating the reroll, probably not going to do it. And I can set up for a few 2-die blocks here. Yeah, I think I 2-die block with the peasant. He's the most likely to fail me. Now comes the 1-die plays, which again should be in my advantage because every single one of these guys have wrestle or block. But it's still 4 of them. It's just a question of which ones are important. Because yes, sadly my blitzers are marking the blitzers, so only push there, sadly. And he doesn't have rerolls, but do I chance it? Considering I pushed you down there, I probably should. Because sadly this blitzer is going to go here. Let's see what happens. Do we get at least 1 POW? Yes, we do on the Mighty Blow piece, no less. No armor break. We're probably looking at a possible pass here if you don't get knocked down. Because I'm seeing this blitzer making a break for it. If I'm completely honest. And they can blitz at opening. They have 2 turns left. I really see that one blitzer making a break for it. Which has 2 things going my advantage. Interception with catch could at least gives me a 1 in 3 chance of intercepting the ball, I think. And he has to make the play this turn, otherwise he's not going to make it. Where I don't want to say anything because dice are bound to happen even with no rerolls. All Draven needs is a little bit of good luck, and these Amazons with their free reroll skills can very easily get away with a passing play. Two died air. Thankfully I'll take the push. Yes, come into my web of punches. Yes, thankfully his team is so spread out that even though these are only one man thick screens, it's not really worth it to Draven to try and break through, I don't think. Although can get a blitz from this side and still reinforce the right flank. I'm still curious what's going to happen over here. Okay, there's our blitz. Does get the knockdown. But still Draven has to dodge through my lines regardless. And I have enough free players to just intercept easily. I'm still curious what happens over here, because if this blitzer does not go for it, I'm very certain that you should not be able to make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have to do 2 go for it, then another 2 go for it. So that's almost a 50-50 to just fail one of those rolls alone. Never mind everything else. Gonna try dodging. You don't want to side dodge though, Draven, just dodge straight out. I'm still interested to see what does Draven do, because this is a 75% chance into a 66% chance, and then you just gotta make the pass this blitzer. Gonna try and mark both of them. A foolish endeavor, but I think we know where Draven's content to go. I'm still waiting to see how this plays out. This is looking good. Ooh, block. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. Is this going to be a pass? Oh, not even getting a chance to dodge. Interesting. Do you catch it? Alright, so I have a good chance to just knock her out of the way. Because I can free you immediately. This sounds ridiculous, but I think I might have to pass the ball to a peasant of all people. If I'm going to touch down at all. This is sounding ridiculous. But let's free you up. Always like to POW, but this is good enough. And I have to reroll for this situation. Although... Actually, do I really want it? Because... I really should take the free block. As much as I want to have a blitzer to maybe stun the runner. Or even injury. That's not prone to happen. You're also a catcher, so you don't have block anyway. Nope, survived the punch there. So we got a very easy 2-die block. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we can push you back. And you can't even get a touchdown anymore, can you? Yeah, that's kind of completely pointless. Although I still want to get the ball for maybe a touchdown of sorts, because there's an opportunity here. But let's stop being around the bush. Let's see if we can get her knocked down. I need to knock... Well, knockdown's not even needed. This is more for show than anything else. And if I'm going to do 1-die blocks, how important is it to knock her down now? I already know it's safe. I already know there's going to be no touchdowns, but I'm wondering about still setting up for my own touchdown and pass. I really want to start hurting people. And this is honestly worth doing. Because I pretty much have no other use for it right now. Very unlikely to make it, even if I were to get the knockdown, but... Let's try a few more 2-dies. Thank you for the POW. Get rid of Loki. Still surviving the bullets. Yeah, I'd rather you burn the blitz on that mighty blow piece. Alright. So very unlikely I'm going to get a touchdown, because very easily, Draven should be able to just mark them. Since I didn't bother to follow up. But there's at the same time no reason to blitz them either back there. It just ultimately comes down to if I can knock down this player and still pick up the ball. Basically a flawless defense, but again, still no actual damage. Which is going to really hurt later on. Just because I can't injure things. But let's see. 1 knockout. I'm going to have 11 players, barring any lucky dice rolls that might happen in a moment. And Draven. Draven can get some 2-die well, can get 1 2-die block there easily. Ooh, and this is also Hammond. If I can be so lucky to have him succeed in a pass, then he gets his level up this way. That's a tall order, though, is the problem. Alright, so probably gonna burn... well, got the 2-die block there. Oh, just a moment there. Let me just mute the mic. Hello? All's good, what's up? Yeah, not a problem. What do you need? Yep. I can... Yeah. You could just leave at the office there since I'm not far away. I'll probably just go and pick it up there. So that's not an issue. Perfect. Thank you very much there. Have a Merry Christmas. Okay, perfect. Bye. I apologize for that. That was a work-related call. Thankfully, it's not an emergency. That's just related to bonus pay for the holidays. But yeah. I really want Hammond to pick up the ball and get the vanity pass, but there is a really good opportunity here. I can't squander this. Do I chance the lineman pushing? Because at least then I could get you out of the way. I might get my wish anyway. I'd rather push you here. Now we have a really good opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As much I really want the vanity pass, I'm trying to get too greedy though. I should realistically hand off here. Pass up with Nathaniel. And we're golden. But I think that's really the play there. I just gotta actually pick up the dang ball. Is the catch. And if you get pushed here, that's actually still good. Oh no, it's not. I'd rather you push to the right. And have a reroll. That does what it needs to do. I can't remember what happened, but I think he rolled both skulls. I could be wrong there, since I was distracted at the time. I apologize. So I'm just going to hand off and then... I'm going to have to pass regardless, and I could do a handoff here, so... It is worth trying to pass here just because I still have to... I'm still going to have to throw it anyway. Can we actually pick up the ball, though? Nope. It had a chance, but Nuffle said no. Nuffle is trying to force me to play hard mode, with very little experience in level ups. This is really good, though. 2 players are out, and that was... I didn't notice. Was that from the double skull? Because I thought I had 2... I thought, honestly, I had only 1 knocked out up to this point. Still, with him having 10 players, this is good. This is really good. It does beg the question, do I go for an aggressive early touchdown, or do I just stall it out? With the numbers advantage, stalling out should seriously be the idea. Just until I can get more injuries and armor breaks. We will have to see. Because I think I'm without doubt going to try for the vanity pass. With Hammond. Because he already rolled the snake eyes once, so I should be able to get away with it this time, right? And then it begs the question, do I try so much as to get a touchdown with Jeffrey here? So for the 2 blocker levels and 2 guards. Because I honestly didn't check to see who my opponents were for week 3. And dodge is so important, but getting the blockers to levels is really hard too. So, Nathaniel... You go there. We got blocked there. I could just have my peasants here, right? Yeah, get another blitzer up front. Evanticus, get on up. So, 2 die. That's not what I really want, actually. That's not going to give me the blocks I want. How do I do this here? How do I get the 2 die blocks with the minimum amount of people? I could have a lineman here. I don't know if I like it, honestly. And now where is... There you go. Hammond, you can stay back. First, we're going to see if you pick up the damn ball before we try anything. But yeah, there's 3 blocks here. You punch there. Actually, no, let's try not to go too greedy. I'm not happy with how many people I have here, though. In case of a blitz. So yeah, 2-die block there, 2-die... actually that's not what I want. Because then what does this blitzer do? Okay, that's a little bit better. 2-die block there. No, this is not what I want either. There, this should work a little better. 2-die block there, 2-die block there, and then 2-die block there. Alright, that's probably what I wanted, dang it. We got there eventually. Which honestly makes me wonder if I should have the peasants even further out, but that doesn't really matter. They're still covering for a possible blitz. So they get a reroll. Something I desperately would have liked, but they do have the extra assistant coaches. 2-die block here. We're going to try and punch you again later. Two-die block here. Yes, thank you for the block. Pow. No armor break. 2-die block here. Injury! They're down 3. This is looking really good. Oh, burnt the apothecary, because has 2 of them after all. But it's 1 less player on the field, which means I can leverage this advantage a little bit better. Now, I would like to blitz you, because we have wrestle and all that good stuff for a respectable chance. Sadly not happening. Gotta be careful of the sideline cage. Or sideline maneuver. Because this is not very good formation here, but I have my catcher for that, honestly. Where do I put you? Dang it, I don't know where the hell to put this peasant. Alright, 2-die here, what do we get? Sadly, you're alive. I think around you there burns your movement if you try and go around. And if I'm going to do a vanity pass, I don't really want to go too far forward, honestly. Do we get the pickup? We get the pickup. Now, do we get the level? Good, good. Alright. First level of the season. Can we keep it going? Because there is an opening here, but it's very awkward with a player already down on the ground. So, Draven might try push the flank here, or try push the flank here. And I haven't... And hopefully Draven can't pressure me all that effectively well. Especially when... Yeah, Draven's also 3 players down. This is it. Yeah, what is it? 8 to 11. So I should be in a very strong position to just bully him. I'm just not likely to knock him down is the only caveat. Alright, push. Yes, yes. There's my inner Skaven kicking in. Burns the Blitz. Burns the Blitz, rather. So I'm still fully standing, and I'm ready to punch some Amazons. I at least get one good punch here. One blitz elsewhere. I'm just wondering, I would love to somehow set up for 2 touchdowns, but I need to start causing attrition, because sadly, if I do touchdown, then Draven will likely have all 3 players coming back. So I need something to stick. But I'm almost guaranteed to get at least 1 touchdown, barring any bad dice rolls. And depending on how risky Draven wants to be with 4 rerolls now. But I am glad to at least get some SPP on my blitzers now. It's just a question, do I want to hand off to Evanicus now? It should have been Evanicus rather than Evanius. But either way, both work. Because that would get him close to... Yeah, that would be fantasy passing range. And I have a really good window to just push on up. Since Draven doesn't have the best of a screen. Thank you. No armor break, sadly, but I could very easily push the sidelines here. In all honesty, let's move the peasants forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get a very good screen here, because no one is actually marked. You were supposed to go here. Oh no, you were actually supposed to go there. And I'm gonna have another peasant go there. That's okay. I almost thought I messed up my strategy there for a moment. Alright, see if you could get another injury. And then you can get behind the screen. Thank you. I will take it. Sadly, got no results there. Now just run on through and actually get a nice screen going. Now, how many players can get over here? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Before I have you block the path, I want more players over here. Very nice. We got a good formation here. This is going to be hard to break, and I'm well set up to move forward. Of course, the sad thing is I'm still going to probably want to stall because Draven can very easily tie it up if I touch down too early. Which means I want to grind him out. Grind out as many players as I can and maybe get some more injuries. If I could be so lucky. Should I? Now the big question, do I seriously consider start fouling? With the linemen I do, are you good? Am I content where you're at? I think I am, although they can also mark my ball carrier really easily here, I'm just realizing, without an extra player. But even then, next turn, I basically got a cage already set for me there, if Draven doesn't intercept or try to get in the way. Next turn, I should be really good, it just depends on how aggressive he plays. Because really, I don't know any good option here. The only one I could think of is brute force a 2-die block here. The only problem is you're going to have one player here to get the 2-die block, and then you need another one to either deny and assist here. So I think I'm still safe regardless, just because Draven's own players are going to be blocking the path to get to me. So I think I'm alright. Maybe I was overthinking it a bit. But yes, we got one free block here. Draven's not comfortable enough to just dodge out, although to be fair, I can kind of understand here, since nowhere's really safe to dodge to. Surprised she didn't dodge out with this line woman, though. Draven doesn't feel very comfortable utilizing Amazons to their fullest potential, since there was... I don't think there was any dodges, maybe one dodge that was done with this team. And that's kind of their main strength, being able to reroll dodges. Still, I'm just wondering. Kind of what I expect Draven to do is to try and intercept here, but again, 3 players down. I have enough spread out that I can very easily just circle around, I think, and even get a couple of free blocks for maybe more damage. They have been incredibly resilient, though, despite the armor 7. That is basically as close as you can get to a 50-50 chance of breaking their armor every time I knock them down. But that seems to kind of be a theme going on, I believe, with the dang seasons. The armor 7 is god armor, right? They just refuse to get broken and killed. Hey, hell, remember my goblin game from the first round. I think I only got a single injury and I almost was at risk of losing to the goblins because I couldn't hurt them, and they were knocking out my players, dang it. Okay, Draven, oh, there's our blitz. With the mighty blow, I am thankful for all these pushes. I am really thankful for all these pushes. But Draven does have 4 rerolls, so that's not really hurting him very much. And not following up, so I got free reign to do whatever the hell I want. Which is basically punching these 2. Oh, punching 3 players even, but it does require me shifting over to the right, which is not a bad idea, because again, I could just fortify myself in the middle with a blitz, too. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just swing around over on the right and get some more free punches in. Oh, and this is dodge, so I don't actually want to do that. Because I think the main strategy is just stalling it out and try and get what damage I can to all but guarantee a touchdown. Now, if I get a wrestle here, that's going to suck, but because I'm not going to get the 2-die block here. But I think I'm okay with that, since I'm probably going to need assist regardless if I don't open up with you. Just a question of who goes to the middle. Oh, you're in the way. That makes it a little bit tricky. Okay, this actually might solve my problem a little bit. I don't really want to move my middle players, though, is the problem. Because they can move over to the right a little bit easier. I do want to keep some of these players here in case of bad roll. So that'll give me my 2-die block. I don't have to hit with the blitzer yet, or the blocker. Okay, I'll take a stun. That gives me a 2-die block here. Sadly survives. Follow up. Punch the blitzer and hope we can knock her down or at least get rid of her. Since I am sadly forfeiting a little bit of my momentum here, trying to make these extra blocks. But we still have plenty of time left in the half. So let's just try and maximize the damage so we don't need to do anything needlessly risky. And speaking of risky, here's our most riskiest play of the turn. Do I take it? It's tempting. It's really damn tempting. And I'll just let you be marked for now. I was contemplating the wolf down, but we'll deal with that. Actually, do I have you go up there to deny assist? That might be a good idea. Since this screen is relatively covered and this makes it... yeah. This makes it less risky to do that. Because Blitz here does nothing. Blitz here doesn't really help you. And we got ourselves fortified on the right. It was tempting to go forward on the left flank. But I would get my formation kind of separated is the only caveat with me having several players marked. And it seemed worth it to try and punch them a bit more because there's a 4th player out for next turn. They're now down to 7 that they can actually use. 2 of them are marked. And from what we've seen, Draven is not prone to dodge out. So that potentially means these 2 don't really do anything without risking more players trying to assist. So I'm seeing a possible blitz on the peasant. That's what it's looking like here. Because I don't see any way to get a 2-die block here, because you're blocking valuable space. There's an assist there, but then you would need to send another player down here, which honestly might not be worth it, just to try and get 1 free block. Amazon shouldn't be trying to mark me anyway, unless they have the numbers advantage, or they have a lot of guard, which they can do really easily once their blitzers get their levels in. Thankfully, I'm not fighting them yet with levels, because guard would be a nightmare. Getting an assist no matter where they're at. More pushes. This is going really well. And Draven is starting to want to desperately get something happening. Got them both down. There's a misplay, a sign of frustration probably kicking in. Or just the leg pain from the leg injury probably kicking in for poor Draven. Because that could have been a free injury there. Or at least a chance to hurt someone. It works for me, alas, even though it's unfortunate it had to happen. Now, with the blitz burnt, I don't see any plays that Draven can do, really. Besides me continuing to grind the Amazons down as much as I can. We got 2 free blocks. Sadly, only 1. Ooh, chance in the red dice. Because the smart play would have been just to dodge out. I don't know if it's frustration or inexperience starting to kick in here or not. Hard to really say there. Playing real ballsy there. It hasn't cost him yet. This could snowball into utter disaster if Draven keeps doing these. We will see. Does mark my ball carrier, but I can easily punch him out. Aw. Still can punch... Still get a two-die block regardless. Now, how do I best want to punch? Do I punch over to the right and then that frees you, potentially? Because if I don't knock you down, I'm definitely going to go for 2 punches. It's just a question, how would I want to move? Do I want to move up or move to the right? That's what I'm wondering. Alright, 1 push over. That'll give me another punch. Do I let the peasant also get a chance to punch, though? Yeah, sadly this is going to take a lot of my turns trying to knock you down. And I'm fine with the 2-die block here. This does slow down my momentum quite a bit, though, sadly, because I'm not expecting you to go down. And I have a blitz. How do I best want to use my blitz here? That is the honest question. I think I'm inclined to just blitz here, and rather than doubling up. And that pays off. Could have been a free block, but the injury makes up for it. We are down 4. Because the stun player's getting back up now. Alright, just letting it slide. That's fine. That's probably the right choice there. And that might blitz. And I'm just gonna punch forward here. Sadly, that line woman survived, even with 3 blocks. Follow up or no? I'm thinking following up, but at the same time you can't assist the blitzer. Oh, never mind, that was a 2-die block. Maybe, for some reason I wasn't registering that you could have still got a punch. Alright, we're still good here. We're gonna punch there. Where do I want to put these blockers, if anywhere? Because this is opening here. So that should reinforce that. We get a possible knockdown with you. You survive. Alright, so maybe I should have followed up with the peasant here, but... we look pretty good so far. We're just not getting any real momentum forward. So at some point I'm going to have to stop playing with my food. Otherwise I'm going to get bit in the ass by Nuffle. Because we're halfway through the second half. I think this turn I try and push forward. I think that's what I seriously want to do. I'm not quite comfortable passing just yet because, again, I only have 2 rerolls and I'm probably going to need it to move forward. But this is looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 players on the field. I just need to find a weak point and blitz on through at this point. Although not much else to really say. It was a really slow first half, but at the same time it was because I want to argue the defense was pretty much perfect. Since Draven didn't really have a chance to get even past his the line of scrimmage. We just sadly didn't get much of an opportunity to get experience ourselves. Mainly due to not getting any knockouts or injuries to kind of leverage any numbers advantage. Especially since we were down a player at the very beginning. Keep in mind, my lineman was injured on the first block, essentially. Yep, Nuffle is getting ready to strike. Thankfully, I should not have to do anything risky. I just need a cage. And ideally, maybe if I can get enough players, just have a second line of defense, so that way Draven doesn't do anything ridiculous like dodging into my cage. Another push, oh boy. It's working out for me there. Since I'm not getting... Well, I was gonna say, feels like I'm not getting nearly as many armor breaks as I should, but again, we're also outnumbered on 4... Yeah, was it 8? Is it 7 to 11 right now? But it still feels like I'm not here doing enough armor breaks as I probably could have for Amazons. It at least feels like it. I could be wrong. But yeah, we have an opening here. Another push, got the 2-die. Which is probably why I should have followed up with the peasant, but then this right side would have been more vulnerable, to be fair. So yeah, I just literally pushed this catcher and I could probably just run right through. It's going to just have to be a small... Yeah, it's sadly not going to be a loose cage or anything like that, sadly. Which means Draven might try and brute force his way into the cage. So how do we best prepare for that possibility? Okay, not as easy to do now unless I knock her down on the ground. Do we have another opportunity though? It depends how these two blocks go, honestly. Alright, so we'll move the peasant up. Because I can easily get a block on you. I don't think I need to blitz you because it's more tempting to just block this line woman because she's easier to take down. I don't like the idea of having multiple players being tied up here. Because all I need to do is push you and then everyone could just run right through, quite literally. I just need one more player for the assist. Do we get the knockdown? That is really tempting. Just to limit what their players can do. Because it's less mobility. And this gives me the assist I want. Alright. How do we tackle this? Because all I need is a push. And then I could just literally run right through. How do we fortify our position, though, with that said? Good God, this is the moment. This was almost the moment where it all went wrong. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh boy, that's gonna be tricky. I can't get a proper cage. I can't get a proper cage, but I could get a proper screen. Yeah, I can still screen somewhat, I just need someone up here is a bit of the problem. Now, will I have enough movement to at least protect? I do a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Of course, that's bad position for my peasant. One and six. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go for it. So yeah. I don't think I mark you, honestly. This is where it all goes wrong. Nope. Not the formation I would like. This is where I need to count my movement very carefully. Because sadly, the peasant I put there for the 2-die block ended up denying me a safe move up. Because if I could have had this blocker up here a little bit, one more space, that would have been perfect. But I don't think I could have done that because that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah, it still would have been there anyway. It would have been a go for it. But right now, most of their players are marked, but this is where Amazons kind of are okay just dodging out. Gonna try another go for it. Yeah, I wonder if Draven will actually even try considering doing the dodge through. That is the one strength he has. He's probably not going to do it though, from what I've been seeing. Which works in my advantage. And if the Draven wants to get that assist, gonna have to move 2 players, gonna have to do 2 go for it to get here. And now Draven's kind of blocking his own spot if he doesn't do the go for it. Let's see, because everything else is actually marked right now. So will Draven do the dodges, as Amazon are prone to do? Because this is a pretty long match than normal, but it's mainly due to the fact that the clock's timing out. Ooh, I'll take the both down. No need to really re-roll that. Unless you were hoping to get rid of them. Good, good. So that at least holds the blitzer at bay, and everything else yeah. Yeah, none of the blitzers can really do anything here. It's just the line women. And maybe a thrower. Oh, is this the... Finally we get to see a dodge and it almost failed. I wonder if Draven was trying to push back the blitzers so that way the line woman could just run away. Got the POW. Aphantius, what are you gonna get? What is the verdict? Alright, he's okay. He is okay. Where is Jeff? Where's my blocker? Oh, right there. So Jeffrey, you're nowhere nearby to actually touch down, even if I were to consider it, and you have a reroll. There you go. I kind of gave him a free block, but it did what it needed to. It kept the players at bay, so maybe I can get a nice cage formation here, as opposed to feeling forced to touch down. Oh, it's happening again. Nope, we're safe. No! Okay, this is good for me. 1 player's in the way for me tightening my formation. Let's just move on up. Hopefully blitz this woman down. and then have a good time. That's ultimately what I want. I don't honestly want to push you there, because if I'm trying to fortify my position on the sideline, I do not want to do that. I want to push you away. It's just a question of how much stronger can I get my formation, though, without being too greedy. Do we get the knockdown? Sadly, no, so I'm probably going to have to do a touchdown. What makes it worse is now I'm blocking my own path to an easy touchdown. I don't honestly want a touchdown, but that's kind of not really as possible now. I just gotta count my spaces properly. I can have a blocker here. I can have them there. And then just have the peasant there to all but assure red dice. Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that because I'm blocking my own path again. Although this is good enough fortification here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's enough movement. I have 3 turns, but still not the formation I want. And I didn't even need to do that, honestly, but I think we're good. Just push her away there. And now, there is a chance of a dodge through here. I do want to bully these a little bit more, but my blitz didn't mount it enough, and sadly. And sadly, they're surviving the one-die punches. At the very least, there's only 2 players that could block me, so I should still be okay, and they can't really reinforce. It feels uncomfortable, but I think I'm okay with 2 turns left. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could block still. They could still blitz. I just didn't like the idea of going here because I could just then get pushed out of the field. I was really hoping to have my blitzer up here, honestly, but I want one more player to help ensure at least red dice. Because that still could very easily be a push off the field. We'll see how ballsy Draven wants to be, because the Mighty Blow piece is nowhere nearby now. Okay, you're now marked, so I could just push you and then blitz you, an easy touchdown there. A touchdown is almost no question next turn. Almost. Just a question, what does Draven want to do over here, if anything? Because yeah, I'm happy that this blitzer can literally do nothing. Unless Draven wants to go so far as to burn the blitz here, which I can live with that. I'm fine with that result. That just paves the way here to get the rest of my team up here. Oh, I'm fine with this result. Does he survive? Does Nathaniel survive? Moment of truth. Armor break. Thankfully, only a stun. Dodge that bullet. And burnt to go for it there. Alright, so... you can only mark one more player, essentially, unless you want to foolishly go here. And then I have one... yeah, one punch there. Assuming a knockdown, I could follow up and then blitz. With the blocker. And I could just straight up touchdown next turn. I should not do anything drastic. I should touchdown next turn. Let's see, or I could just push you on the left, and that gives me a little more security. Not really, actually. Not really, because if I use the blocker and it's a both down result, then I'm blocking my own path. I think that's what's going to happen if I try to push over to the left instead of the right. So push here. Okay, that... yeah, that will be a 1 die, actually. Okay, that solves that problem. I was not accounting for a possible both down result. Burn the other apothecary, interestingly. Okay. That's fine there. And I could blitz here easily. That's a 1 die. Or I could blitz you and get an opening regardless. I still get the same result. Maybe. Yeah, especially if I touch down here, yeah. I just gotta make sure it's my wrestle piece and not the blitzer. In case of a both down. Yeah, only... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a touchdown. All I need is a push or a both down. Devil's Skull's probably the only thing that can screw me over here, which we have a reroll for. Alright, and that's a touchdown. And I still have to reroll the punch here. At least try one punch. And so, actually, I could try one more chance there. Because, I need 4 skulls for this to be a turnover. And I still have a relatively good formation outside this one blitzer. Okay. Sadly, not what I want, but... I did what I could to try and maximize the damage. Now, Draven has potentially 2 turns left. Ooh, that sucks. Oh, I don't know why my camera's changed on me. But there we go. Alright. We still have 11 players, though. We have a really good defense here. Nuffle could still screw me over, because 2 turns and a pitch evasion is enough movement for Draven to just get a touchdown still. Yeah, I had to work for it a little bit there, even if I had the numbers advantage. I just did not like the idea of giving Draven the entire second half with a really fast touchdown. In retrospect, with these 2 players still off the field, I could have probably gotten away with it, but there was no way I could know that these players would get back up. And now it just comes down to what happens in the last 2 turns. Can I get another injury? Is it possible for a pass of some sort? Because so far all my blizzards just about got SPP at the moment, which is pretty decent. Still no level ups, but what are we looking like so far? 2 injuries, a touchdown and a vanity pass. So we got 8 SPP, plus the additional 5 we're going to get for the MVP. So we're looking pretty good there, and there's a very slim chance of more. And we still have 1 reroll for anything drastic that might happen. Nope, that's not what I want. Uh-oh. A peasant and one of the Amazons get hit with a rock. No! Filthy liar! It is not worth it. He's a cheap fodder peasant. And I think he's my brand new player I just bought too. Oh well, we finally got some blood. Yeah, was that you, Black, that threw that rock, you bastard? It broke off into 2 and hit an Amazon too. I'm gonna blame you in this case. You're the only one who's present that I see. Everyone else in the stand is hiding because they don't want me to fix my gaze upon them. Oop. Well, so long as it's the peasants that are getting injured, I'm basically getting my money's worth out of them, let's be honest. They are dirt cheap for what they get, and they even have fens that kind of allow them to get pushed somewhat to safety. Ooh, 1-die pow, that was interesting. Now you get a 2-die block there. Nice pow there. Is another lineman gonna join him? Yep, all good. Nobody else is gonna die yet. Until hopefully I punch something. Oh, gonna try for a blitz. No. Not a blitz on my valuable players. Anything but that. There's a reason why I have the linemen on the front line, so you can't punch anyone else. Although that dodge was weird to see. And where's your mighty blow piece? Oh, no, I thought she was the one knocked out. Where's the mighty blow piece? Or did I accidentally turn that off? Oh, okay. Even more confusing, it's the mighty blow piece that marked. Not that it really matters, here comes a blitz. Another push, I'll take it. I'll invoke my inner Amazon and apparently get a punch back next turn. I will take it. Now really all I need to do is just free up my players and I should be safe for the final turn. Although it looks like Draven is trying for a last-ditch play. 1. Oh, I don't think there's enough movement though, is it? No! Re-roll, re-roll, re-roll. Do it! We believe in you! You don't really have much of a choice. No! Snake eyes! Sadly, nothing I could do about it. Never mind the fact I couldn't even touch that anyway. And you cannot touch down. I don't have to worry about you at all. I sadly can't reach the ball to even do a vanity pass, so what's left to do is pretty obvious. Just free up my players. Although, unless I knock you down, you're gonna punch a peasant. Maybe free up my non-peasant players is what I mean to say. Alright. Sorry about that there. We're almost done at least. And I think, who would I blitz? I think, all honesty, I would blitz with, is it Marcus? Yeah, blitz with Marcus, because if he gets an injury, I can level him up next turn, I think. Which only leaves this one player to blitz. Alright, punch. I will take it. What do we get? Sadly, nothing. And let's just back everyone up just for safety's sake. There's no need for him out here anymore. Although really, I probably should have tried defending my other players to negate assists is what I really should have done. Make it a little bit harder to punch these guys if they can only get a single die block. And then otherwise, the poor peasants. It was nice knowing you guys, but I think you're about to die. Alright, so just... Ooh, can get another punch here still. And see... Oh, they're just gonna end the turn there. Alright, fine. One peasant died for the glory of the lady. Sadly, I would have liked the second touchdown to help feed my development, but we did at least get 2 injuries. And we're not taking a 2. No! Now I can't even get a peasant. Oh well, that's fine. We still have 11 players. And MVP goes to the dang peasant. That's annoying. But yeah, I'm curious. Armor breaks. I'm just honestly curious. Does it actually feel that way? Although, is there an easy way to actually check for armor breaks? So 61%. Oh no, these are Ember Knights. Yeah, I don't pay attention to these dice rolls at all to even know if this is accurate or not. Okay, they failed 9, so there was a 40... Oh, actually it was a 35% fail rate. So keep in mind, they're supposed to have a 42% chance to fail an armor roll, so... Slightly in their benefit, so I guess I wasn't going crazy. It's just not as drastic as It's just not too terribly drastic. Alright, we're going to validate that match. That ends off the round. And we can see what our level up is. And then make preparations for round 3, which I don't even know who my opponent is. Who is my opponent? I'm trying to look in this bloody action. Trying to remember who that even is. Oh, we're playing Scythe and the Vampires. This will be fun. There's going to be all sorts of ridiculous nonsense there. But with that said, let's have a look at our level ups. Or one level up, sadly. Because the dang peasant had to get the MVP. That was basically a 1 in 3 chance of that happening, considering I have 4 linemen. But what do we get? So, we are getting you guard. That is pretty essential. We're not going to worry about Might Blow yet unless I can't somehow get Might Blow on my blitzers. Alright. It was a very long episode, a very long match, alas, but it pays off at the end. I just hope Dravenhawk feels better and that he has better luck for the rest of the season. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next time.